Alright guys and gals, so I am a bachelor for one more night and I'm continuing with cooking on the porch. Actually 2 more nights and we're going to do something probably tomorrow. It's overcast today, there's really no sun out. If there's good sun tomorrow, I'm going to do split pea with ham soup in the solar cooker, and I'm going to do it 100% with items that can be stored with no refrigeration. But today we're going to do jambalaya, and I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use Tony Saturated. I know there's stuff in here that's probably not good for me, and there's rice in here, so I'm going to break paleo. You guys are important enough, I'm going to do it for you. Every once in a while, you know, you just enjoy what you're eating, and I'm going to use a large meat to rice ratio with this anyway. And I'm going to use this again because it's simple and quick, but I did want to modify it a little bit. I've got the EcoZoom stove going again, and this calls for either a pound of sausage or a pound of seafood. I figured do both, so I've got some shrimp and some sausage, but I'm going to do the sausage first, and I'm going to do the shrimp right at the end because you can easily overcook shrimp, and this is just about 12 ounces of frozen shrimp, a ring of jalapeno and pork sausage, about a pound, which is what it would call for. Big pile of jalapenos, some green pepper, and garlic. That's all from the garden. So we're going to pitch everything in there. I'm going to go ahead and do the Tony Saturated stuff, and I'll tell you what, for mass-produced crap, and really it is, it tastes good, but it's just, you know there's additives and stuff in there you'd rather not have, but I'm not a purist when it comes to health. I try to do the best I can most of the time, and I cook from scratch most of the time. But I've got the water boiling. I'm using charcoal because it's a little easier to control than the wood, though I think it would have worked out just fine had I used the wood. So I'm going to stir that in with my wooden spoon. And then I'm going to add all the other ingredients. But with this Tony Saturated, it comes with like a powdered stuff to it. And you really want to have your water hot and boiling before you add it in. And you want to give it a good stir. But I had a nice boil, not really a heavy rolling boil, just a gentle boil. So I think I've got the temperature just about where I want it. But I am going to close the little hatch at the bottom just a bit. Again, I'm using lump charcoal this time. Last time you saw me cook with this stove, I used wood. The time before that, I used charcoal briquettes. I'm trying to try a little bit of everything. And now it's time to go ahead and add all these peppers, sausage, the garlic, and the jalapenos are not de-seeded. Again, when I'm in bachelor mode, and I don't have to worry about Dorothy's palate, I like it spicy. Not spicy enough to be using habaneros or Scotch bonnets or anything, but spicy nonetheless. And I'm going to mix that in. And I used about a cup more water than the directions called for because of what I'm about to do. If you know anything about Cajun cooking, you want celery, onions, and green pepper. They call the Holy Trinity. It's kind of like the Cajun version of a mirepoix. And what I've got here are some shallots, a little bit of French influence, and onions and celery, all dehydrated right out of our preps. Those go in there, and that's why I added the extra water, because they were not rehydrated. So they're going to draw water in. And I know you're probably thinking, well, where's the okra? I didn't grow a lot of okra this year. And where I did grow it was right along the easement, along the road. And the deer ate my okra. So I don't have any okra. And it's kind of a shame, but it would probably be really good if we did. Again, I'll put the shrimp in a bit. And I'll be back probably not when I do that, probably when I'm pretty much done. You don't need to watch me dump the bowl of shrimp in there and show you what we ended up with. But I did want to point something out that's kind of cool. You see the pot skirt, so what you can't see that I've done is underneath here, it's a double layer of aluminum, and I lined the bottom of the pan with it, wrapped it around it, put the pot skirt over it. The pot skirt's designed to make this thing more efficient, to make it, let me move this out of the way, to make this burn more efficiently, or to actually make the heat more efficiently get to the pot. With, just trying to simmer, I'm not really worried about super uber efficiency. Let's go ahead and kick the heat up a little bit there. But it did help hold the aluminum foil on. Well, why I did that is because when you cook with this stove, you really get like a lot of black sooty crap on the bottom of the pan. And my thought was, instead of getting in trouble with the wife when she comes home for the sooty pan, why don't I just line the bottom with foil, and when I throw the foil away, there'll be no soot. We'll see how that works out as well. While it's cooking, and I need about 25 minutes before I come back and show you the results, I'm drinking my craft beer of the month selection tonight, and this one is called, let me And I want to give a quick plug here for somebody that was cool to me. This is called Blue Blood Brewing Company's 1800 Big Log Wheat. This is from the Craft Brew Club. I'm actually an affiliate, so if you'd like the Craft Brew Club, you can put in your. You can use my affiliate link maybe and sign up and sign up for monthly. You'll get 4 different beers, 3 of each. This was the first month they sent them in cans. I hope they keep doing it. They sent a whole little letter about why they're doing it. It's lighter shipping, less waste. The brewery gets more label to work with because they can work with the whole can. And if you have anything against cans with beer, there's nothing wrong with cans and beer. Just put it in a glass. It's the aluminum to your mouth that adds that odd taste. But this little guy here, this is a glass, Stone Vertical Epic. This is a limited edition ale, and the top's cut off to turn it into a glass. This was sent to me by a listener that runs a company called Groovy Green Glass. Holidays are on the way quicker than you think. It might be a place to pick up a gift or something like that, just to be nice to the guy that sent these to me. I think I gave him an on-air mention, but I'll go ahead and give him another one now. It was a couple years ago, and I still use them all the time. He does a great job. Anyway, so the EcoZoom rocket stove really is pretty cool. It's doing a great job. Let's real quick. I don't have a camera woman with me, so I have to look inside here myself. We got a really light simmer right now. I think 25 minutes will work just about perfect. This Dutch oven, enamel Dutch oven, holds heat so well. I could probably turn the stove off and it would probably cook through. I'll time it, and when I'm at about 20 minutes, I'll toss the shrimp in for the last maybe 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll throw some in a bowl and have a look at what we've ended up with. But I'm trying to show you guys a couple things with what I'm doing here. 1, vegetables are all coming from the garden. 2, using some preps, even if it's not all preps with everything I cook. 3, using an alternative cooking method with different fuels. 4, using it every day for a few days in a row just to get familiar with it. 5, cooking things that you normally wouldn't think of cooking like this, from things that are a little bit complex to going and cheating and going a little bit simple with something pre-boxed, inexpensive. This would be, I mean, I'm going to have a lot left over. This is 4 guys could sit here and drink beer and enjoy this tonight, especially if we had the okra to add to it. And then, you know, just getting the overall familiarity with it, where if I ever have to use this, because the grid's down, whether it's short or long term, it's not like I have to figure out how to do it. I'm comfortable with it. And I'll be back and we'll see the end result in a bit. For now, I'm going to enjoy this Big Log Wheat. Haven't tried this one yet, so before I go, I'll give you my opinion. Pretty good stuff. This is made in Detroit, from my understanding, I think. This is either Detroit or Kansas. So I'll tell you when I come back. I don't remember. Oh, this is Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm sorry. Lincoln, Nebraska. So I think this is a limited distribution brewery. If you're in Lincoln, Nebraska area, check these guys out. Pretty good stuff. And I'll be back with you in a bit.